Okay, in this lecture video, we're going to do another example problem with empirical and molecular formulas that lets us do one extra step for getting whole number ratios between our elements. So in this case, we're going to look at this iron oxide. So it's a molecule that has some amount of iron and some amount of oxygen in it. And we don't know in this particular molecule if we have iron plus 2 or iron plus 3. So there's no way that we can figure out what X and Y is. So we don't know if we have iron plus 2 or iron plus 3. But what we do know is the percent composition of this particular molecule. It's 69.94% iron and 30.06% oxygen. So we're going to calculate the empirical formula of this compound, or at least get the ratio of iron to oxygen. So step one is to assume a 100-gram sample. And when we do that, we know that we have 69.94 grams of iron then. And we can convert those grams to moles using the molar mass of iron. So if we do that, we get 1.25228 moles of iron. And we can do the same calculation for the oxygen, 30.06 grams of oxygen in our 100-gram sample. 1 mole of oxygen is 16 grams. And if we do that calculation, we get 1.87875 moles of oxygen. Step 2 then is to get to whole numbers for our amounts of each element. So we divide by the smallest number of moles that we just calculated, which in this case would be the moles of iron. And we divide each element by that. When we divide by the smallest moles, we get 1 mole of iron and we get 1.5 moles of oxygen. So this is the example where we did that division and we weren't able to get rid of our decimal point. So rounding rules don't apply in these types of calculations. We can't just round it up to 2. 1.5 moles is not close enough to 2, nor is it close enough to 1 to do any sort of rounding. You can only round when you're super, super close, like 0.99999 or 1.00001. Then you can round up or down. But in this case, we're right in the middle. So that means to get to whole number ratios, we are going to have to multiply each value we have by an integer until we get a whole number. So we might multiply by 2, we might multiply by 3, 4, 5, etc. We're just going to go through it methodically until when we multiply, we get a whole number. So let's start by multiplying by 2. And again, we multiply each element by 2.